Live from Las Vegas, broadcasting around the world. You're listening to Up is Higher Than Down with L.A. Walker. L.A. Walker. Raw and unfiltered conversations on how to give life's challenges the finger. Truth is your passport to emotional freedom. Give an eviction notice to negativity. Dump yesterday's garbage. Learn how to be positive, energized, healthy, and alive during these insanely unpredictable times. Look up, get up, stay up. Then help somebody else to get up. Remember, any part of up is higher than down. Now, broadcasting hope to the world, L.A. Walker.
Here I am again. Happy to celebrate this marvelous gift of life. It is my job to live it, and I am going to do my job to the best of my ability, because living is the best job I've ever had. I often wonder why, some people are so happy and then some people are so miserable. And I don't have the exact answer to that, but I do have one point of discussion, and that is that oftentimes people that are extremely miserable are miserable not because of their own condition, but because of comparing their lives to someone else's. The very sad irony of making comparisons of your life to someone else's is that you don't have a full understanding of your life, and the life that you're comparing your life to, they only allow you to see what they want you to see. So you still don't have an understanding of what it is they are really going through with this often pretentious life that we see posted on social media. Social media is tricking a lot of us. I always see beautiful pictures of the happy couples. And, you look at those pictures and you think, wow, they are really happy. That's awesome. And then a month later, you find out that they're broken up, and you're like, what happened? Where are the pictures? Live your life. Do you. Whatever it is you are, whatever makes you happy, whichever road or path you attempt to take for success, go on your path, do your thing, be happy with it. Get up every morning and look in the mirror and say to yourself, I love you. You know why that exercise of telling yourself I love you is so important? Because a lot of us are beaten down. Many of us are in 10% relationships, and God knows I know some people that are in 95% to 5% relationships, beaten down, unloved, self-esteem just drained out. So many parents are being beaten down emotionally and spiritually by their ungrateful children who never appreciate anything and always find a way to say everything that you've done for them has been wrong. And that's okay. It's okay if your coworkers ignore you and snicker when you come past and try to rob you of your self-esteem. That's all right. It's okay if looking at the advertisements on TV and the newspapers and other print media depict you as not being good looking because you're overweight or because you wear glasses or because you have some freckles on your face. That's okay. It's okay because you can't stop any of those things from happening. But one thing you can do is you can love yourself. Look in the mirror and say, I love you, and keep saying it until it becomes a reality. And how do we know it's a reality? Because our behaviors toward ourselves will change. And when those change, how other people see us, perceive us, and treat us will also change. With me today is someone who's living exactly what I'm talking about, who's living out loud and proud. That's Deion The Godfather. A master of film, fashion, and music. You've probably seen Deion on the Basketball Wives LA. In addition to all the other things that Deion, the Godfather, does, his social activism is in the forefront. Hello, is this the Godfather?
It's the Godfather. He's here.
How are you, honey?
I'm fantastic. How are you?
I'm
Hold on,
doing
let me take my
great
mask
too.
off.
I'm doing great too. So, in looking over all of your history and experiences and activities, I don't even know where the hell to start with you.
Okay. Listen, we have so much to talk about. I mean, we can however you feel.
Okay. Okay, good. Let's start with how did you become the Godfather?
Well, that's a really good question. All right, so The Godfather has double meaning. I've worked several years in the activist community, working for the LGBTQ community, raising money, giving back, giving food, giving clothes. And my persona, there's a persona, the Godfather,
Sure.
the person that's over the top. And that's just really who I am. We just gave a name to it. And Godfather in the gay community, it means a lot because a lot of children that are part of the LGBTQ world and community, they're always ostracized. And
Yes.
their family members may or may not accept them for who they are.
Right.
And they're kicked out on the street. And so these children have no family. They have no connection to, a community besides the one that is the LGBTQ. And in that community, there's houses and there's godfathers and there's godmothers and there's people that actually take in children that are on the street or young teens that need that guidance. And me, in general, I want to be the godfather to the entire world, the godfather of the music industry, the entertainment industry, and just be a voice and a vessel for individuals who are like me or ones that's been in situations where they're not able to be their authentic self. So you can look at me, you can listen to me, listen to my music, and I can godfather the situation.
Oh, I love that. That's quite an answer. That's awesome.
Okay.
So then that takes me, while we're just talking about some of your activism, the Couture Hamilton Foundation. So I see that you're pretty busy with that. So what all have you guys been doing with the foundation?
Well, to be honest with you, I'm so happy you mentioned that because I started my own foundation called I Am As Good As You back in 2009. And that foundation was dedicated to doing tours around the Los Angeles area and helping, people that are not fortunate and people that need assistance. And so there was one day I decided to dedicate my entire birthday to giving back on Skid Row.
Nice.
And a good friend of mine, Couture Hamilton, she has her own foundation where she works in, Jamaica and gives kids, food, water, and also tuition and education. And so I wanted to work and combine with her and combine our efforts and to come together to help a group of teens in Los Angeles on Sunset at the Los Angeles West Hollywood Gay Center.
Okay.
And I brought her on board, and she was so excited about it. I'm big on the more hands, the more help, the more chances we get to change someone's lives.
Oh, yes.
And with her foundation, it was just it made sense for us to do it together. And that's how it came about.
That's awesome. And there's a tremendous need. There was already a tremendous need. That's
Yes.
been multiplied by 50 with this COVID-19 and then the political climate that we've all just survived.
It's really sad, that in Los Angeles alone, there's over 60,000 people that live in Skid Row. And Skid Row is either, if you come here to visit, it's like one of the most top seeing tourist spots. And people just go through and watch them as if they're like animals or, you're going to the zoo instead of stopping by and actually having a conversation or, giving food or giving money or giving advice or, giving someone a hug pre-COVID.
Right.
And then, even with COVID, imagine the fact that they don't have the medical leisure that we have. They don't have the ability to just go into a center and get help and get tested.
Right.
They can't afford the testing sites. They can't afford to travel to different locations. So I think it's very big that we actually establish something to help them and continue to, because they don't have a home. They don't have a house. They don't have anywhere to stay or lay their head. So during this time, it's very important to help those that are less fortunate during COVID.
Oh God, absolutely. And I can remember in my heyday in real estate, I used to go to the jewelry mart there downtown LA, and I completely collapsed when I turned one corner and I saw
Yes.
all of these homeless people, like
Hmm.
five deep. That was in 2005. So,
Exactly.
and and I would gladly give money and things like that as I passed along because I felt so fortunate. And
Yes.
but I'm also aware that not only did I feel fortunate then, but at any day, any given time, anything could happen in my life that could cause me to
Yes.
join the
You
homeless.
are so right. You are so right. I mean, any of us, we're one step or one check away from being
Yes,
homeless. It can happen at any time and at any point, especially when natural disasters happen, such as, COVID-19. No one was prepared for that.
right,
So
right.
imagine all the families who've lost their homes, being evicted, during this whole crisis. So, it's real. And I think that people kind of, we live in a bubble, you know what I mean? So
Right.
I think that people are less educated in why these people are homeless. A lot of people are not homeless by choice. It's
Right.
a mental issue that happens, or it's something that a traumatic issue that happened in their past that
Yes.
caused them to go down this road. So everyone is not there just because they want to. People they have no choice.
And that's true. And there's one other component is that those people that are on the street, wherever they are in our country, they belong to someone.
Exactly.
They have moms and dads and aunties and uncles and cousins,
Yes.
and
Yes.
and I
Yes.
and I think we have to spend a little more time with them to understand what is it that needs to happen for them to rejoin and be able to participate on some level in the lives of
Right.
their own people.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
yeah.
That's
So,
important.
right,
And that's
yeah.
something that we do, as far as my company, House of Noyade. House of Noyade is a lifestyle and design company, but it's a house. So it houses so many different things underneath it. And with our company, we inspire people to be their authentic self, try to focus and try not to let your environment make you. You don't have to be a product of your environment.
Right.
And with my company, I see it helping so many different individuals, giving people opportunities to share their talent with the world. And those people that are out there, I've seen so many homeless people out there that have a gift. Whether
Yes.
it's being a poet, it's being a singer. There's people with Whitney Houston voices out there,
It's
Luther
true.
Vandross
It's true.
voices. And they started with just a dream, and they moved here with no help and no family. And then they ended up on the street. So I want to use our company with my partner Rome, House of Noyade, and I want to use that to help and just shine a light on it and help individuals.
I think that's not only awesome, but extremely important because if a person can find whatever it is inside of them that makes them feel good, strong,
Yes, yes,
active, creative, they can dig
yes.
themselves out of everything. but when you take that away, that's worse than being homeless. That's worse than not having food because that's the
So true.
mental and spiritual food that keeps us all alive and
Oh,
vibrant.
yes.
Yeah, yeah. So you also are a film director?
Yes. Come on
Ah.
through. You did your research on me, huh?
Tell me
Yes.
about it. Tell me about it.
Well, you know what? It's always been my dream to be in the entertainment industry, and I consider myself an international superstar. I spoke that into my life from a very, very young age. Not only did I do it, but people around me has always said, you are a star. You are a star. So
No.
with that being said, I knew that I had to learn everything in the industry. I had to learn everything that had to do with creating movies, music videos, talk shows. And when I went to school in Chicago, from Chicago, Illinois, I was born in Mississippi, raised in Chicago, and I had an opportunity to go to Chicago Vocational Career Academy, and I studied directing in film and television. So I knew, I had a passion for following my dreams, and Los Angeles is the way to go, when you want to get into this
Sure.
industry. So I ended up doing very well in school. I got a full ride scholarship to Columbia, and I was supposed to go to the one in New York, but something was like I needed to go to LA. And I decided to go to the school, and my major was directing. And as you know, as a director, you have to learn every piece of the industry, every movement. If you're going to be a gaffer, if you're going to be from the bottom
Sure.
all the way up to the top,
Sure.
from cinematography to photography to wardrobe to all those things. And I knew I had to be a director in order for me to be great in front of the camera as well as behind the camera. So now when I sit in front of the camera, I know what's going on. I know what that light means. I actually know the name of the light. I know the angles. I know the work and it keeps you humble too, because I've been the gaffer. I've been the person that just carried the cables. I've experienced every job. So it actually is a full circle, and it's a great thing that I got a chance to be a director. And to just kind of let you know, I ended up started directing my music videos, and I did a short film, and, I turned it into an opportunity, not just as the director for film and television. I became a creative director, and that's how I started working with likes of Niecy Nash and Monica and Brandy and the Pussycat Dolls and Trey Songz. And I have a list of people that I worked through and worked with using that title as a director.
That's incredible. So you're not just another pretty face.
Oh, you better say that. Okay, honey.
I love it. This is too much fun. Hold on, Deion The Godfather. We'll be back right after this.
Hi guys, this is Tin. Listen, I don't know if you have been able to make your way over to lawalker.life on Facebook, but if you haven't, do yourself a favor, run over there and just read the snippets of her new book. She's writing a new book, and it is titled Seeing Beyond the Mess. It grabs your attention. All of us have mess. All of us have mess, whether we were born in the mess, as she says, whether we were born in the mess or whether it's handcrafted mess, but there's life beyond that mess. We sometimes create our own mess. And just from reading the little snippets that I read, she exposed all of that. Just in those little bitty passages, she exposed a lot of that. A lot of that stuff she was born into. Some of that stuff she could not control. Some of those things she created on her own. She exposed the mess. Whenever you have time, just run over there and check it out. Let's start seeing beyond the mess.
You're listening to Up is Higher Than Down with L.A. Walker.
So you got a minor, I think, in entertainment law as well.
Yes.
And I want to just point out to people how very important that is in the entertainment industry.
It's highly important, especially as a person that is independent and you're just starting out. You need to be able to read and write your own contracts. If you can write your own contract, then you would never be bamboozled, because you know what needs to go in it. You know what is said in the verbiage. I think a lot of people, I can use an example, the singer Mario, he had a horrible contract, and it's because he didn't know how to read it,
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I was like, okay, if I'm going to go to this school, I'm going to take everything I can out of it, and not only be the director, but I want to learn the stuff on the backside. Can you tell me how to write a contract? And from that moment on, it actually helped me in my career. And so thank you for bringing that up, girl.
Well, no, it is important, because a lot of us, we get excited about being in front of the camera or being in the studio. And I've seen it over and over and over again. People have amassed these fortunes that they've actually earned, but people on the other end who are greedy and disrespectful of other people's lives just take money from them. I mean, and tie them up in court and all kind of crazy stuff. But we do have to be proactive and create an aptitude for understanding our own business ventures. So I'm proud of you for doing that. And
thank you.
and for sharing that, because a lot of the entertainers don't.
A lot of entertainers don't, and to push the envelope. And when you're writing music and you're performing this music, you want to have rights to who you are. And as an artist, we only write, me and my partner and myself, we only write from our true feelings. So to have someone else steal that and own that, you don't have no rights.
Right.
That's the part where you really have to look into the industry and copyright everything and just own everything that you put out.
Yeah, I got a little taste of that. I write plays, and I've not had an opportunity yet to take something to Broadway, but I've done a lot of things here locally in Las Vegas. And one of the plays that I wrote, I didn't realize at the time that I was going to have to go through so many people if I wanted to utilize just even one or two songs. And so
It's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
Yes. And to do that, like, honestly, your experience is you say you haven't done Broadway yet, but Broadway, I say yet because it's still near in your future.
Thank you.
You just have to continue to press toward the mark. You have to continue to believe and have faith in whatever it is that you believe in. If you're spiritual, believe in God and trust
Absolutely.
that if I continue to do this, I will get to my plateau. I will get to where I want to be. And so I'm proud of you for doing what you've done in your state. And that makes me motivated and inspired, to continue to do what I do. So I see big things in your future, and I see you continuing to be a blessing for the world.
Thank
with your play screenwriting.
Thank you so very much. And I know one of the plays would have a particular tickle to your heart. It's entitled No Labels. It's about a homophobic dog that gets adopted by a gay couple and freaks out. And so
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds right up my alley.
I know, right? And we will talk.
Yes,
talk.
for sure.
Anyway, let's talk that out. But now I have to roll up my sleeves and get down to the Basketball Wives LA. What in the world?
Basketball Wives LA. Wow. How do I begin? I can tell you how it all happened.
Okay.
I actually been in Los Angeles, been in Hollywood. I attend several red carpets, many events, and I run into a lot of people who I probably worked with or never seen before, or people that I wanted to meet. And what happened is I was actually attending a Lil' Kim concert, and Lil' Kim wasn't there. She did not arrive on time. And, I was fabulously late, but I was right on time for her.
Okay.
To perform, because she had some people that was performing in front of her. Anywho, I reached out on Twitter and I said, I paid this money to see Lil' Kim. She's not here. Her publicist hit me up and he was like, you know what? I'm sorry. Got to reschedule the show. We love you. Can you come out on Sunset? So I went to the show. After the show, I ran into Jackie Christie.
Oh.
And at the time, the show was just on. It was just getting started. And, I took a picture with her. We talked. We had conversation. And that was just it. Okay. Then a couple years went by. That was my first interaction. She was so fabulous. She was like, oh, my God, you're just so fabulous. I love your outfit. I love everything about you. And from that moment on, she started to notice me and started to ask me to come into, her friend circle, sit next to her. And she wanted me to sit next to her doing fashion shows and all that, because to have Deion, darling, to have the Godfather with you, it means a lot. So
Right.
we became friends, actually. And it was just one of those things. I was already filming my own show. Like I said, having my degree in directing, I was actually filming my own pilot for a reality show. And Jackie invited me to her hotel at the same time I was filming my show. So it just kind of worked out. And she fell in love with me. She wanted me to be a part of her team, and she said she was going to produce a reality show. And we just connected. Okay. Then we lost touch. It was about maybe 3 years had went by, and I was a stylist at Bloomingdale's, and she came up to me and she was like, "You are my guy. I want you to transform my style. I want you to help me build my brands and all this." And, I was like, "Okay, I'll take you up on that offer if you're serious." Because, I had heard in the industry that she wasn't really serious. So I was like, okay, let's see. So we took the chance, took the opportunity, and we just became really good friends. And we hung out every single day. And the show producers, they fell in love with Deion, and they wanted to know more. And it just kind of happened naturally in season 4 through season 8. Season 8 was their most memorable season, and it was the opportunity for me to step out from behind the shadows and actually have dialogue, and people get to see who I am and what I'm about. VH1 did a special on me, and from that, the fans went crazy, and I just continued to be on there. And I just wrapped my last season in 2019, the end of 2019, and I'm doing some great things. I'm moving on and moving upward.
Well, I would expect nothing else but you to move on and move upward. That's for sure.
Oh, yes.
So rumor has it that Jackie's leaving the show. Is that true? Or
No, actually, no. She's not leaving the show.
Okay.
They just actually finished shooting their season 9.
Oh.
She would definitely be coming back. Look, Jackie ain't going nowhere, child. That's her baby.
Jackie is the show. Jackie is the show.
Exactly. That's all, she focused on that. That's all she has,
Right.
She focused on the show.
Okay.
And I think that, and they know that without her, it's a need. You know what I mean?
Sure.
They need her. She's great at what she does on the show and what she brings to the show.
Right. She manipulates it really well. She's got it going on. She's smart like a fox, that's for sure.
Yes.
What's going on with your music? Are you going to be releasing anything soon?
Yeah, actually, okay, so as an artist, I'm always constantly creating, and especially during quarantine, those 3 months, those 6 months, we were in here locked and loaded. My partner and I, we did individual albums. I have an R&B album coming. I have a rap album coming.
All right.
But recently, my partner and I, we have a group called Godfather in Rome.
Oh.
Godfather in Rome.
Yes.
We had dropped our first EP, darling, and we've done music. We've done several performances together. People just love us singing together. I think they like that, we're together,
right,
and we're couples, but we're also, bandmates. And so we dropped our first EP. It's called Godfather in Rome EP, and it's available on SoundCloud and all social media streaming platforms. And it's doing really, really well. So we're really excited about it.
I'm excited about it too. That's
yes.
You just, I don't know, you just everywhere doing everything. I think that is so awesome.
You have to be able to, let me just tell you this. One of my clients told me, she was like, you're always doing everything. You wear so many hats. Oh my God, how can you, focus on this and focus on that? What I tell people is, in order for you to be a millionaire or multi-millionaire, you have to have 7 streams of income. And when you're talented, you have to know what is your purpose and what do you want to do. And I knew that I have talent in fashion styling. I have talent in creative directing. We mentioned the directing and activism. So me personally, that's the reason why we created House of Noye, is so that I can do many things, so that I can wear many hats. And not only, I don't have to be physically doing it, but I can have someone else and give someone else opportunity to fulfill their dreams and to help build their careers as well as help building ours. So it's really beautiful to be able to wear many hats and be successful at all of them. Because everybody, not everybody can do everything just because you say you can do it. But I've learned to master my craft, and I learned to continue to study and continue to work. It's always an ongoing situation. And I'm just blessed. God has really blessed me and my partner with talents, and we're ready to show the world.
All right now. So tell me about your partner, Rome. How did you guys meet?
Honey, it's a funny story. Rome, it's really weird. Okay, so let me tell you. So Rome had a video that went viral. Him singing in the kitchen. His mom recorded a video of him. He didn't even know. He had his eyes closed. He was so passionate. Oh, darling. She posted a video. It went viral. Now, on the other hand, I'm on a whole other part of the world. My mom saw the video on Facebook. And my mom tagged me and she said, this guy can sing. Boo, you need to listen to him. And I went and listened to him. I had no clue that I followed him on all his social media. But it started from that video. And my mom introducing me to this guy, right? So 2 years after that, he came up on my profile and I liked a ton of his pictures. And then he liked mine. And then he inboxed me and we had a conversation. And from that moment on, we knew right then and there that we wanted to be with each other. It took us about 3 months of having that long distance relationship.
Okay.
And then Rome flew me out. And I was flued out, girl. He flew me out. He was in the military at the time. He was actually exiting the military. And I spent the time there with him, and we just got to know each other. And from that moment on, I said, hey, you're getting out. You might want to move to California. And it's been 6 years since he's been here, and we are thriving. And 6 years in the gay community, darling, it's like 29
That's
years.
huge.
So,
that's huge. It's true.
It's huge. It's very huge. So,
for sure. Now, I understand that Rome sings some gospel, huh?
Rome is anointed. His voice is anointed. And gospel is his roots. He started out singing in the church, and been in the military. They made him sing at every function that they had, every event that they had. And he's just a really talented singer, songwriter, and he touches people with his voice alone. He's such a sweet person, and I love him so much. We have, so much stuff coming very, very, very soon. People will be able to see our union and see more of Rome, because he's kind of shy, really. And in real life, he's a shy person. But when he get on stage and open his mouth,
that's it then, huh? All right. I can't wait. I can't wait. So, anything that you would like to share that we haven't talked about, especially in reference to the LGBTQ community?
Yes. You know what? I just want to let all my godchildren out there know. And, my godchildren are our fans, but they're family members. And they're people that we categorize in this group. Godchildren, you have to just love who you are. You have to be who you are. You have to allow yourself to grow into who you are. You don't have to be anything for society. You doesn't have to be, I just want you to know that you have to love yourself. Yes. And you have to believe in whatever it is that you do in life. You have to believe that it's possible. And you have to be able to speak things into existence, because the power of the tongue is so, 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 so powerful, to the point where it changes your mindset. And if your mindset is positive, and if you continue to go on, continue to fight, you would be exactly what you want to be. You would end up exactly where you should be. And I want you guys to know that during this time in COVID-19, it's a teachable moment for all of us. There's some people that are in the hospitals that are alone. They can't be with their family members. They can't even speak. They can't talk. They can't breathe. So I say, if you have enough in the bank, and I mean the bank of God, if you have enough in the bank where you said your thank yous, you said, I love you. You said, I can do it. You spoke life upon yourself. You spoke life into yourself. You will be just fine.
That is wonderful. I feel totally energized by that myself. That's great. Well, you know what? At another time, I would like to meet with you so I could get a makeover. because, honey, when we get older, we need these things. This is for sure. And I'll tell you,
to be honest, it's not a makeover. You know what it is? It's a make-up enhancement. It's an enhancement. Because you're already naturally beautiful. You already have a sense of style. So when House of Noye comes into the mix, honey, we're going to just spin it up, make it beautiful, make it even more. We're going to bring what you already have and make it stand out even more. So we're ready whenever you are.
Oh, I can't wait. You are so lovely. Thank you so much for sharing your time. Kiss Rome for me.
I sure will. Thank you so much.
All right. Well, you guys have a blessed day.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for real. I appreciate you for having me on, and I wish your podcast nothing but success. I wish your career nothing but success. And I'm thankful to have met you, and I'm so happy that our godmother, Maxie B, the one and only, connected us. So I'm just so grateful, and I want you to have a wonderful day.
Oh, thank you so much. Take care, honey. Bye.
Take care, love. Bye-bye.
Listen to Up is Higher Than Down with L.A. Walker every day. To follow up, make comments, discuss today's podcast, or find out how you can become a guest and share your victory over a negative life event, follow L.A. Walker. Up is Higher Than Down on Facebook. Look up, get up, stay up. Remember, any part of up is higher than down.